Good evening all and welcome to another video on All Hail the Ale. It's Sunday night, which means it's trad beer night, and the beer we're going for tonight is a big one. It's a big bottle. It's from Belgium. It's this one. It is the Duchesse de Bourgogne, and I have no idea if I said that right or wrong. I probably said it wrong, so apologies to anyone who speaks the lingo, but there we go. Anyway, it's a big Belgian beer. It weighs in 6.2% ABV. It's a 750ml bottle, or 75 cl for those who prefer the slightly smaller way of describing 750ml. Anyway, there's not an awful lot I can tell you about this beer based on the bottle, other than the serving temperature is recommended to be between 8 and 12 degrees, and that's what I've aimed for, because I want to get the best out of this one. And we're just going to read you a little bit of the fluff from Untapped on this one, because it tells you a lot more. It says that the name of the beer is a traditional Flemish red ale. This refreshing ale is matured in oak casks, smooth with a rich texture and an interplay of passion fruit and chocolate, and a long, dry and acidic finish. After the first and secondary fermentation, the beer goes from maturation in the oak barrels for 18 months. The final product is a blend of younger 8 months old beer with 18 months old beer. The average age of the beer before being bottled is 12 months. So there we go. That's the description of it on the gift set that I got, because it was 2 bottles and this lovely glass. It does describe it as being slightly sour in flavour as well. So yeah, we've got that to contend with, and it's the first beer that I've had that comes in a properly caged corked bottle. So yeah, I've got my towel on hand just to make sure that we don't have any disasters. So without further ado, let's get it out into a glass and see just what we think of it. So, as if it were champagne. Ooh. It's a lively one. It's got a nice bit of smoke coming out the top. You probably can't see it, but the bottle is, yeah, it's definitely got a nice pop upon the pour, upon the open even. And that's your bottle cork. And it says the best before on this one is September 2026. So yeah, there we go. Cage and whatnot kept. Let's pour. So the colour is, oh, it's a lovely colour. It is a reddish brown. We're going to try and get a bit of a head on it. We're not going to go nuts, but we're going to go to about there. So the beer in a glass. It's got a beautiful ruby red coming through. Beautiful, beautiful ruby red. And up close and personal. There you go. Slightly tan head. Reasonably tight and compact. A few large bubbles, but I'm not going to get that. Yeah, you can just about see it. Anyway, it looks glorious, I must say. Beautiful colour. Pretty clear, but a beautiful, beautiful ruby red mahogany colour. That is glorious looking. Anyway, let's have a whiff. Oh, okay. I understand where the sour comes from. It has got that tanginess to it. That acidity that they mention. It's bright. It's clean. Am I getting the passion fruit? I'm getting something sharp. I'm not sure it's passion fruit though. There is that unmistakable dark maltiness behind it all. Yeah, it smells complex. So without further ado, let's have a taste. Cheers. Oh, okay. That is not what I was expecting at all, based on any description I've read of it. That is unusual, and it's unusual. Let's go again for another taste. The body is medium. It feels slightly cloying. Carbonation is really quite aggressive. Very spiky velvet, like I say, going against the nap. It really is bursting. It's well carbonated. That flavour, wow. Okay, now, where do I start to describe this one? There is a distinct fruitiness up front. It is sweet. I'm not sure it's passion fruit, but it's rich, red wine-like, beautiful, dark fruit. And it has got that tang. It's got a beautiful tang. Oh, that is special. Behind all of that fruitiness, it's a delicious malt profile. It's rich. It's not roasted. Nothing like that at all. It's robust. It's thick and heavy in the malt sense. They mentioned chocolate. I see where they're coming from. I'm just getting beautiful fruit. Oh wow, that's glorious. It's dark, it's intense, it's fruity, it's sweet, it's acidic, it's malty. It's exciting is what it is. That is a beer for savouring. That is a beer that when it warms up is going to be stupendous. It's sitting at the slightly cooler end. I'd say it's probably not quite 8 degrees yet. It's probably about 6 or 7. But the flavour, oh my word. The finish, it's so long and fruity and sweet and what's the word I'm looking for? Persistent. It is persistent. Wow. I took a bit of a gamble buying that box set because it's 2 750ml bottles and it was not cheap. It really was not cheap. And I'm glad I like it. I am super glad I like it. So let's go to the scoreboards of joy, which I'm not going to attempt to butcher the name again or the name of the brewery. But there have been 243,000 check-ins to this beer, 16 from people I know. 366 average overall. 383 from the people I know. Oh, it's better than that, boys and girls. Come on. I know beer is a divisive thing. You either love it or you hate it. And I think we know. That's marvellous. So, points as always will be looks, aroma, body, taste and finish with some bonus points if it does well enough. So let's revisit the pour of this glorious beer out of the rather large 750ml bottle. Let's try and excite it a bit. There we go. Not too much. Look at it. Just look at that glorious beer. Dark. And then you hold it up to light. You've got beautiful ruby red mahogany and a nice tanned head. It looks superb. There's no getting away from that fact. It's having a full point off the bat. The aroma is slightly sour, slightly acidic, slightly wine-like, and the fruit that comes through, rich, deep red fruit. Think red currants, think blackberries, think everything you would expect from a good red wine. There is that oakiness coming through every now and then, but it's predominantly beautiful fruit. And it's wonderful. At first, like I say, that acidity can be a little jarring if you're not expecting it. I certainly wouldn't have done if I hadn't read the description on the box. But yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. It is so rich and decadent. It's having a point. The body, medium. The carbonation is high. It's what I would describe as spiky. And for all intents and purposes, that's a good thing because it's bursting that flavour in your mouth. It just, everything is just bursting and dancing around your mouth with that carbonation. Oh, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. Now, I'm going to give it the point with a little caveat. I suspect that as this beer sits in the open air, the carbonation reduces a little naturally. It will be super smooth and it will be even better. That's my suspicion. Anyway, the flavour, the best bit of any beer, bar those that have got bad flavour. Where do I start? Where do I start? It's beautiful, deep fruit. Deep and intense fruit. There is a hint of chocolate. The malt profile is just stunning. It is like beer and red wine made love and made a baby. The yeasts have clearly done wonderful things here. That slightly sour note really lifts all those fruits into the stratosphere. And the malty play behind, it's like the cigarette after sex. I'm not a smoker, but I understand it. That's how I would describe it. It's the cherry on the cake. It's wonderful. It's rich, it's intense, it's dark, it's fruity, it's malty. It is wonderful, and I'm giving it a full point. And the finish I described as persistent because it is. The fruit just lingers on your tongue and lasts for, well, a long time. It's sweet, it's fruity, it's delicious, it's excellent. That is it. The finish is arguably my favourite bit of the beer because it lasts so long and it's just all the flavours just there. That's what it is. The flavours are there and that's what you want, and it makes me want more. But you don't need to because it tastes so good and it lasts for so long. So yeah, the DDB, as I'm going to call it so I don't butcher the language anymore, is a full 5 out of 5. So we go to the bonus points. Would I buy it again? Let's start there, shall we? Yeah, I would 100% buy that again. Like I say, I took a gamble buying the gift set, which had 2 750ml bottles in the glass. It was expensive, but it's worth every penny. So with that, the value for money, the beer on its own is fantastic. I know I paid more for the box set. You always do. Yeah, I can't say anything less than value for money for that beer, no matter what it costs. Stunning beer. And the bonus point, is it my favourite Belgian ale I've ever had? Yeah, yes it is. It's even better than the Chimay Blue that I had before Christmas, and that was stunning. This is just levels. It's levels above, and that's saying something. Anyway, yeah, the DDB has got all the points tonight. It deserves them all. It does. There's no getting away from that fact. It is a wonderful, wonderful beer, and I will sit and enjoy this bottle for the rest of the night because I've had a hard day's wallpapering, and yeah, I think I've earned this one. It's complex, it's delicious, it's fruity. It's going to be a beer that you either love or you hate, and I love it. I do. And we'll leave it there and say, that has been a beer. I've been me. Those down there are the buttons. You know exactly what to do with them by now. You've got your like, comment, dislike, and subscribe. Choose any combination of them as you wish. And I will see you again soon for another one. Bye for now.